everybody, and welcome back to the Nora Seroussi Show. So, how are we starting the new year this year? Well, I have a surprise for everybody. I actually went to her show and I was thrilled that I was there, and I didn't realize how many things this lady has done. I did my homework. Let me introduce you to Claudia Motea, who is an actress and a poet, and she has written books. I looked at the list and there's a lot of things that she's done. Welcome.
Thank you so much, my dear Nora. I am very pleased. I am very honored to be here on your show, Nora Seroussi Show. Show is about love because it's written with red color, no? And red color. And it's about you. Look at you. You look lovely. And you have a great energy. Thank you for inviting me here.
I told you when I saw you that I wanted you to come on. And, you know, I had to find out more about it because I like to check and see with my guests so that I should not look like a nitwit discussing things. Now, I found out some very interesting things that we have something in common. Because she's Romanian, but she also is Canadian.
I am Canadian, but yes, and this is a nice thing together to be for both of us in common. But the difference, and the big difference between both of us is I tried to learn English. You breathe the language, the English language, my dear, and I admire you for this.
Thank you. Yeah. I tried to breathe Romanian, but I do.
It will come, don't worry.
No, I do, but you know, because I think it was 2 days ago, somebody said to me, but you've been here so long. I said, let's see you do your day tomorrow, the whole day, in English. Oh. I said, yeah, well, think how hard that... I mean, and I'm talking about written, you know, everything. Today I was at the accountant with contracts, and I cannot do it in Romanian because it's really difficult. It's my third language.
Yes,
French is my second.
Yes,
But I do make the effort, and I appreciate... I hope people appreciate when I make the effort because it's not easy. And you have like 3 words for the same thing, and I'm like, okay, I thought I knew the other word. No, there's another word. I said, well, in English it's quite simple. You have one word and it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I said one thing and they said, no, there's 2 other words. I'm like, how would you like me to learn?
Yeah.
But it's so interesting for me because, you know, I catch new words and I love to, I say, what's this, what's that? And I watch TV and I read the subtitles. This is how I learned some of the swear words, people, in case you didn't know that. I'm not going to say it on TV. But I came to the office and I said the word and everyone said, oh, Miss Nora, how did you hear that? I said, I saw it on the television.
Yeah, but for you, you know, you are funny, you look cute doing this. You know, for a Romanian person who says bad things, you know, it will not be okay. But for you, you know, people will laugh about your expressions in Romanian.
Well, I thought I was like, you know, but they were more shocked that I knew it. And then when I said it, they're like, and do you know what it means? Because sometimes people, you know, in another language they say, oh, you can say it like this. And then you say the word. It happened to me once, only once. It wasn't enough. I didn't know actually what the word meant. And then I almost got a beating. And then I found out what it actually meant. And I said, I will never do this again.
Yeah.
So somebody tries to teach you a language and say, oh, here, you need to know this and that. Be very careful. Be very careful.
Yeah, it happens even in the movies, you know, for the comic situations, you know, to teach people bad things, you know, bad words, you know, and to say them smiling and
then they realize after how bad it is.
Yeah.
So I understand that you did theater, a lot of theater actually in Canada.
I did on my own, and I was forced in a way to do like independent stuff, theatrical stuff, because I used to perform on Broadway. I joined an international project, Le Danaid, which was directed by Silviu Purcarete, one of the most acclaimed directors of the world, I can say. And I emigrated in Canada. And there, the life for me, it was not so easy. It was... how can I say, with big surprises. And I had that adventure which every immigrant has when it's in another land. Do you understand me?
I went through this,
yeah.
Yes, I understand.
And I emigrated on my own. And
brave.
I had to start the life from the very, very beginning.
Were you in Montreal or Toronto?
I didn't speak any English in the beginning.
You're brave.
Yeah, I was brave and crazy at the same time.
You have to be both.
Yeah, I have to be
That's
both.
the only way that people take
For me,
chances in
America
life.
was first love at first sight. And for this reason, I had to decide at that moment to stay there. And I started to perform on the Canadian stage after, I think, 4 years since I emigrated. And I learned on my own the English language. And actually, I started to write in English because I wanted to offer the opportunity to express myself on the Canadian stage, because you know, if you don't speak the language where you live, you cannot do anything. And I started to write plays, and I did small productions, and I performed on my own plays. I was very happy because my plays were appreciated, and they were very successful.
I have to interrupt you.
Yes.
Now. She's very modest. I was reading now. You got awards for Best Actress, Best Production, for the writing. You were directing, producing.
Yes.
I have to say, I didn't know all of this, very honestly.
Yeah.
I was very impressed that you did it single-handedly, and the fact that you did it all in a foreign language, chapeau, really.
For me it was
bravo.
really a foreign language, because, you know, it's if you go to another country when you are a kid, when you are young, very young, it's another story. But when you go to another country, you know, when you are almost 30 years old, you know, the things are different. But I like to fight in life, and I like to follow the dream of my life when I really believe in nice things. And, you know, I think, you know, when you look for beautiful dreams to accomplish in your life, you know, you are very successful.
I love the energy.
Yeah.
I saw you in that one-woman show.
You have a great energy,
Thank you. And that's why I feel it, you know, it's wonderful for me. I saw your show. Claudia did a show, I think it was about a month and a half ago.
Yeah. Tell to our friends, the show was in Romanian, and it was performed at the Nora Theater.
Yes, it was in Romanian, and I actually understood most of it, which I was quite pleased with. That's how I realized.
You know why you understood the show?
Why?
Because it was about us, about women.
About women, yeah. It was brilliant. It was about women and all the little things they do. And the women obviously loved the show because it was spot on. And really, everybody enjoyed it. And you wrote that?
No, I didn't wrote. I didn't write that play. It's a play written by Aldo Nicolai. He's a well-known playwright from Italy, and he's like a very fashion at this moment, especially in our country. Yeah, he wrote comedies, and actors love to play his shows.
The audience loves to see, for a woman, you know, it's a show about women, and I have a feeling maybe some of the men might have been a little bit like, because it hit home. But it was brilliant, and the energy was brilliant. It was really...
Yeah, I did...
I was a little bit hesitant between me and you, because I thought, am I going to understand? I always get this when I go, and I hope I'll understand, but I actually understood most of it, and I was very happy about that. And it was very funny, and the audience loved it.
Yeah.
So when I saw this, I said, you know, and then I found out you'd written a book, but it wasn't actually this one. I think it was Much Love. By the way, she's written books. I want to show you her books. This is the one you're going to next week to Israel, right? To promote.
And
from Libris Editorial, which I found out is the biggest, I think, publisher here. And this one, Much Love, and I love this picture with the hat. I have to show
Yeah,
you this. Can
Much
you guys see
Love. It was one of the most important books at Gaudeamus
No, I haven't
last
read
year.
it. I'm going to be very honest with you.
That is like a dramatic anthology
Yeah.
with 10 plays. They were written in English. 5 of them were written by me, and 5 of them were translated by me from English into Romanian. And it was like one of my biggest dreams to be accomplished, because I saw the place in Canada when I used to live there, and I loved seeing them there, and I decided to translate them into Romanian and to put them together into a dramatic anthology. And I'm very, very happy because at Gaudeamus last year, it was one of the most appreciated books.
Congratulations. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask you this question because I think you know, we talked about I was writing a book. I am writing a book. It's kind of like on...
I am with open heart, with open hands, and come. I brought you an important pen today.
But I saw that. This is
Yeah.
my pen that I'm going to also be writing with, people, just to let you know. My question is because I'm writing in English. And my book is written the way I speak. But the question is how we're going to translate it into Romanian. So I said it's probably going to be a very good friend of mine who's going to do it, who I just found out is pregnant with triplets, in case you're watching. So I do know about that. And I'm like, okay, we better do this quickly because she's going to be very busy later. But I need someone who understands how I speak to be able to translate it, because it's not written. Because Alexandra actually read my book, and because he said maybe I could help you with it. I said, sure, why not? I said, but it's really written the way I talk, with my little stories and my little adventures. And then he goes, yes, I see that now. So,
my dear Nora, you have to feel the words, the English words. For me, it's important thing. The meaning is something, the meaning means something,
right. But
the soul of the word in English is something else. You know?
I know.
For this reason, I dared to translate into Romanian the 5 plays which I watched in Canada.
How long did it take you? And now I'm curious to know how the writing process for you. How was it?
For Shalom Israel, you know, it took like 2 months. I am very inspired from my life, from the things which happen in my life. And for example, our meeting today, I am pretty sure it will be, you know, it's important for me, and this will make me write something. Now I don't want to say big things, you know, big words. But if I am impressed, or I live something, I feel something very, very strongly, you know, I have to write. And I have to do this to escape from my thoughts, from my feelings, for send my message to the people and to the world. Shalom Israel, I wrote this book after my visit in Israel, and after I heard the story about Jan Zuckerman, one of the great heroes of the Holocaust. And this book is about love and about the story about the pogrom from 1941 in Iași. Mm-hmm. It's from my life. It's a life experience. I'm glad because it was well appreciated so far in Romania, and next week I will launch this in Israel, and I heard from a bird it will be even awarded. So I'm going, you know, with my open heart, with that nice hope, the message of this book will be sent to the people in Israel. Especially because I love Jewish very, very much.
I know you do. You have an affinity. Actually,
a big affinity.
We were talking at the Jewish Film Festival.
Yes.
A few months, I don't know.
A few months ago, and this morning I spoke with Dan Schlanger, and I spoke with him, and I said, "Oh my God, on the show? I'm going to Nora Seroussi show." Okay, calm, say there. Oh my God, yeah, I spoke with him today, and unfortunately, I will not be here for his event on the 27th of January. I love his events.
So
he does very well and very professionally. And but the next time I will be here for sure, and I will.
Remind me before you go. There's somebody I want you to talk to in Israel who will probably be able to help you next week. Okay?
Yeah.
This is also about when you meet people that have things in common. You know, maybe I can help, she can help, and this is what I believe when you bring people together.
I do believe in that. Yeah.
I talk a lot about it in my different shows. Energy.
Yeah.
And today, funnily enough, I was at the hairdresser. In case everybody did not notice, thank you.
But please notice my hair, because I did on purpose to be like Nora.
You're so sweet.
Yeah.
It used to be curly, and I made it straight. And I walked in, I was expecting to hear something, and nobody said anything. Anyway, so we were talking about the energy and how, you know, even the people who work around you, they feel it. And they feel if it's negative and they feel if it's positive. I feel it when somebody walks in the door. That's why really my office is close to the public. Unless it's a private meeting, I don't want, you know, people coming in and out.
Yeah, especially for you. You travel a lot, you know, and you meet people, and you have to defend yourself in a way, because if you will get in touch with bad energy, you know, it will be on you. Everything will come on you, and you'll have headaches. And
it does. Yeah, it really does. You know. And it's happened so many times in my life. Like this, I know I will go out, and I feel energized. Mm-hmm. If I'm in the wrong kind of place with the wrong kind of people, I come out, and I'm drained. It's like somebody took me and made like this.
Yes.
And that's for me personally, a very clear indicator. I don't know how other people do it, but when you feel that kind of thing, run, don't walk. Run.
Actually, you know, my friends from Libris, I work a lot with, I have a good collaboration with people from Libris, and I'm pretty sure right now many people from Libris are watching your show.
Oh, hello.
They are watching both of us, you know, and they said, "Oh my God, but she speaks like in America, you know. Hello, everybody." Yeah, and this is a good energy. Even they saw through the TV.
I've been talking slowly and clearly. That's the thing I'm told every week.
Yeah.
And actually, it's funny because my partner Edward, when I brought him on the show, Alexandra said to me, "You know what? I thought you speak quickly. He speaks even faster." I said, "Well, you see, there you go." So I said, "I am trying to speak very slowly and very clearly, but I'm actually very thrilled that you can speak English back to me like this, and it's
oh my God,
makes it so easy for me. Thank you."
You know, in the morning when I woke up, the first thought was about you and about our meeting, and I felt my heart beating like boom, 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 and then I said, "Okay, Claudia, trust yourself, you know, you pass through so many things, you know, it will be a great meeting, you know, the good things, you know, positive thoughts." Yeah, and then my heart started boom, 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 and it smiles, you know, so I feel comfy.
You weren't
here,
nervous,
and thank you so much. No, I feel
you
really
knew we were
good.
going to have fun.
No,
I tell everybody it's like my living room.
Yes.
All right, the only thing I need is a little alcohol that I would mention. Okay, and then it really is like my living room.
Yeah.
So everybody should feel comfortable. But your pictures are there. Okay, I was wondering. So, you know, tell me, how did you...
today to say something nicely, to say something about you, about your personality. But, you know how I think about you when I look at you, it's not only about the lion, you know, personality, not only about this, it's about, you look like a Moet champagne. But the more glamour thing on you is your heart.
Well, thank you. Yeah. That is so sweet of you.
Yes.
That really is very touching. Thank you, my darling. So, now, I want you to tell me, how did you... I mean, first, I think it was very really brave to just pick up and go somewhere. I mean, I did move to Romania, but I had my father here. I learned the language. I know what it is to move to another country at an older age and learn language. It's not so simple, people. So I give credit where credit is due, all right? But to move to really a place just like that and get yourself started and to get involved, how did you decide this is the direction you wanted to go in? As opposed to doing something else. You didn't want to be a lawyer, you didn't want to be, I don't know.
I don't know. I think
it was your calling, something.
Yeah,
what happened? I want to know what was the trigger.
You know what? I read about you. You studied and you took some acting classes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What can I say? I think you can be a great actress. Honestly, you have acting talent. Honestly.
Yeah, 30 years ago I was ready to do it. Now I'm a bit...
Yeah, maybe you are not interested in acting, but you look how you look. With your look, you can do very well, even at this age.
Thank you. Oh, even at this age. At
this age, because
if there's any casting directors listening
to this, the little girls,
this.
dream to be actresses and everything, But
I did all of that in Hollywood for years.
Pardon
by
me?
the way, I did all of that.
No?
I went on the auditions, the casting calls. You're going to read about all of this. It was another life.
So these are amazing stories to be written.
I have had... All right,
you can write them, It will be such an amazing stuff.
I had my Montreal life where I grew up. Mm-hmm. Then I had my LA life where I did all of this acting stuff, and I went to Lee Strasberg, and I met so many people.
You used to live in LA,
Yes, I know. It was another life completely.
Yes.
Then I landed moving to London, which was another life and another part of my life, which was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then I moved to Bucharest. So I said, I've had 3 different lives.
And do you feel here really they are your roots?
First of all, my son is born here. Joseph.
Yeah.
And, I've now been here, 15 years this month.
15 years?
15 years.
Okay.
Yes. I'll wait till you hear all the adventures I've been through.
Yeah.
And I feel very comfortable here. I really do. If I didn't, I would have left. And usually there's a 12-year period, and then I get itchy feet. But I'm very comfortable, and I love the people, and I love the warmth of it. No, but I've always, anywhere I've been, I've usually gone out. But I do feel it's home. And I'm very lucky. I have met lovely, lovely people.
Yes.
As yourself. And I have great friends, and I have a network, and you go into a country, you have 2 choices. You either try and assimilate, or you stay back. Now, I have had people around me that have come in, and they really didn't like the food, and the this, and the that, and the that, and they weren't happy, and they went back. Mm-hmm. I have a different attitude, and I'm going to go in, and I'm going to throw myself in. And I mean, unless it's absolutely terrible, so terrible that I say, I hate it, I will make it work. And I actually was... obviously I'm still here. If I was really that miserable, Claudia, I would have picked up and left. Very honestly.
Yes, I'm pretty sure, especially because you can afford to have a beautiful life in many places in this world.
Yes, and every place you go, the most important thing you need is money and be able to set yourself up. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I've lived in beautiful places. I mean, London was amazing, LA was amazing. And Bucharest, in its own way, is amazing.
Yeah,
each one has something different to offer.
Maybe Joseph feels really good here in Romania, and
he does. He's happy.
His country.
If my child is happy, I'm happy. If he's not happy, then I'm not happy.
Yeah.
This is how it. I don't know how other people do it, but as a mother, if I see he's happy and he's doing well and he's enjoying himself, then that's all I can ask. Yes, we are very fortunate that we do get to go outside. And I was just in school the other day. I went to pick him up. One of the teachers said, "Oh, I saw that you went to see the Tutankhamun exhibition."
Yes.
Beautiful, amazing. Anybody's in London,
I watched some pictures which you put on
fantastic.
FB.
I must show you all the pictures after. Beautiful. And she said, "You didn't go just." I said, "No, we went for holiday, but our holiday, it also has to be some bit of education." And he loves history.
Yeah.
So we went to see the Troy exhibition. We went to see this, and I didn't get to the gallery. I wanted to take him to the National Gallery, but I said next time and next trip, so we have something to look forward to.
Yes, yeah.
And I said he has to learn because he's fortunate. And the French teacher also told me, Madame Elena, she said, that really he has an opportunity, but also he's willing to learn. It's not like I have to drag him along. because it wouldn't be fun for me. You know, I would pretty much leave him in the hotel or leave him at home with someone, and then I would go by myself. But the whole point is to learn and to expand your knowledge.
And to spend time, quality time, and to educate. Because actually, even, you know, he is your son, but you educate yourselves together. You know?
We learn together.
Because you feel better seeing your son, you know, enjoying the stuff, you know, and being with you at the same time.
So when I went to the exhibition, I said, how long do I need? They said, an hour and a half, 2. 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. That's a long time. We walked up and down, and I want to share with you all something. You're not going to believe this. I did the virtual reality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I freaked. Yeah. They gave me this thing, and I did to the hairdresser. Yeah. And I said, no, but I just had my hair done. I was like, oh, God, they want to put this. They put this contraption thing on you with these headphones. And for somebody who's never done it, now, are you afraid of dark spaces? Yes. Are you afraid of heights? Yes. Are you afraid of this? Yes. I think I ticked every box. They put you in this chair, and they put this thing on you, and the chair starts moving, and I'm like, oh, boy. And the chair, now you're going into the tomb where they took Howard Carter opened it up, and you see all the bits and pieces of the King Tut, and it was like, I don't know, 8-10 minutes, but it blew my mind. So I suggest you all try it once. I mean, if you love it, keep doing it.
For experience,
as an experience, it was amazing. But you know, you're really in this little thing and you go, but it was so real. Like you could almost touch it. I've never done that.
I've never.
For me, that was very exciting. That was like a big deal. For my son, he's like, they have these VR parties. This is what they're doing now, the boys. Yeah. They all want to put this thing on and do it. So for him, he does it for a party.
Their blood.
For me, I'm like, I don't really know if I want to be doing this. Like, but he's like, oh, Mom, you know, and I thought, all right, I'm going to go and do it. I'm so glad I did. It was tremendous experience.
Yes.
Not as amazing as scuba diving, but very close.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Scuba diving is also something I recommend everybody has to try once. It's another life down there. It's like life stops, it slows down, and it's really incredible.
I am fish, you know, like a sign.
Pisces.
Pisces, but I'm afraid
your birthday's
of swimming.
Coming up.
Yeah, on the 9th of March.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, and you?
Taurus.
Tower.
Oh
my God. Yeah.
What a surprise. The bull.
In April or in May?
April.
April? What day?
25.
25. Oh, on the first decade. Yeah, on the first period. Okay. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Happy birthday, you too. We're celebrating early.
Yes, of course. With the Happy New Year.
So I want to now figure out how, because I'm so curious when you move to a new country and you decided that I'm going in this direction.
Yes.
Did something happen how?
No, it was, you know, I started to do really well on my profession, acting career, even if I spoke with an accent. You know, that I started to be nostalgic.
Your accent.
Yeah, people love me there.
It's
talking
charming.
like this, and I started to, you know, to have like a like stone in heart. I felt my heart, you know, like to be, you know, pushed by a stone. I didn't feel good because I really wanted to come to Romania and to perform in my language. You know, because I said, if here I am appreciated and I am so awarded, you know, and people love to see me on stage, and English is not my mother language, you know, I really have to do something and to perform in Romanian also. And because when I started to perform in Le Danaid, that show, which was directed by Silviu Purcărete, with which I traveled across Europe, and I performed even at the Lincoln Center Theater Festival in New York City. It was a long time ago, you know. So, and I did this immediately after I finished my school, you know, the faculty. Wow. And all the time when I live in Canada, for me it was the feeling, oh my God, I had to perform in Romanian also. And I had a marriage, it didn't go well, And I decided to come back to Romania and not to make a life here, because I wasn't sure I will stay here definitively. But for me, when I came back, I realized actually my life is here. And the Romanian roots, my roots are here in Romania. It was a great opportunity when I came back, because I could perform in many countries in Europe, and since that moment I perform in Romania, I perform in Europe, and
I see you've done quite a few countries in Europe.
I go to the States also.
Yeah.
My shows, the roles in my shows were about immigrants, you know. Mm-hmm. I had to sing very realistically. I will never have, you know, like a big role, you know, in cinema or in, I don't know, in the theater industry. And but I feel good how I am, because I live. My life is in theater. I do amazing stuff in arts. I try, and even I realize to be a really good servant of the Romanian culture, and I can perform in Romania and in other countries. I am glad how I am, honestly, because life, for me, to accomplish your dreams is important how you fight for them. And I fight with dignity, with a lot of love, with a lot of pleasure, and with the confidence, that confidence about clean souls, human souls. I do believe if you can realize nice things if you have a good heart.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Even you can be very rich, you can be, I don't know, very successful. If you are not happy with yourself, with inside of yourself, and you feel greedy and you feel bad, it's not a success for you. You know, you are not a successful person.
I'm going to tell you something. I know all kinds of people. I've traveled in my life. I've met all kinds of people. And there's a fallacy, yes, in my opinion. I know some very, and I'm not talking rich, I'm talking wealthy. There's a difference.
Yes.
They are some of the most unhappy people you've ever met, because they're not happy in their souls. Money does not bring you happiness, people. I've seen it over and over again. I know people that don't have a lot, but they're such happy people. They're so happy with what they have, and they're not. You know, they're a joy to be around. I'd much rather spend time with these people than those people, because the rest, they're about airs and graces. Do you know what I mean? They're not like, oh,
yes.
I have no patience for that.
Yeah,
I like real people. If you have a lot or you have not, it doesn't. You know, I've never been like. And anybody who knows me knows this. I take people at face value. You're nice with me, I'm nice with you. You're nasty with me, you're going to get a smack. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't, you know, I will only associate with this or I will only associate with that. That's not how I work. That's how I've never worked, and it's not interesting for me. I know people who are like this, especially in, let's say, I don't know, I had an incident once in London in one of the casinos, and I was friendly with one of the girls, and they said, you can't do that. And I said, please don't dictate to me how to do things, because I was actually horrified that I was actually being told not to speak to this, who I could be friends with. I wasn't accustomed to it. You know, that was a different mentality for me, coming from Canada, which was very open, coming from America.
Yeah.
And luckily nobody's done that with me here, okay, till now. But I know such really people that with what they have, they could enjoy life to the utmost, to the fullest. They can do anything, and they don't, and they can't. And then at that point, believe it or not, I actually feel a bit sad for them. Now, somebody would say, are you crazy?
You have to feel sad, yeah.
But you think they have everything, but they don't. You're missing the point then.
And they finish to have goals, you know, to dream beautifully, you know.
These are people that actually, they don't even have to. They don't have to dream. They could make a phone call and do it tomorrow.
Yes.
Most 95% of the people can't do that.
I know.
You have to plan, you have to prepare, you save, you do, you know. These people can make one phone call and just get it done, and that's it. And that's a luxury most people cannot afford. And I mean,
I used to work for rich people or rich family in Brooklyn, in the Bay Ridge area, with Jewish family. And you know, I love people, Jewish people. But the lady of the house looked at me all the time, and she said, "Claudia, you are so happy all the time." I was painting her garden. Can you imagine? You know? And I was so happy living there, breathing the air in New York, you know? And she told me at that moment, "You know, I learned so many things from you, Claudia." And even I didn't speak English. She showed me how I could clean her house and everything. In her house, I started to learn English, you know, and she was mesmerized, and even she recognized after, you know. And I felt really good because I saw her starting to be happier, being with me there. Do you understand?
Isn't that a wonderful?
Yeah,
it's a gift.
And I said, this is my gift.
It is a
this
gift.
I have to do, not because I'm an actress. First of all, because I believe in me and I believe in my soul. And even, you know, even when I'm afraid of something, or if I go to meet a person, you know, which can be really important, you know, I think, no, everything will be okay because I go with warm heart, you know, and with good thoughts. And, you know, everything will be all right.
Because you radiate it. You know, people, if you're sitting here, you'll be feeling it. I don't know if you can feel it through the TV. But she's radiating it, and it's a pleasure for the other person.
Yeah.
And I felt that on the stage. And you had, you know, in the theater, at the Nantara Theater, people could feel it.
Yeah.
What's next? So next week you're going to Israel.
Next I'm going to Israel next week.
Good luck on that. We're very excited about that. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
And I do also a little show. Last days I performed at the Parliament. It was like a monologue of Veronica Micle, the lover of Mihai Eminescu. And I will do a little show in Israel, in Tel Aviv. A monologue, Veronica Micle's monologue, and I am very honored. I am very honored because I will go also with Horatiu Mălăele and with Ion Caramitru, and they will have their own show, but I will be on the same stage with them for the other show which we will have there at the party.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. And
what's after that?
After that, I prepared a new show, which is based on Shalom Israel book. Okay. It's a multimedia show. Actually, if you can see the cover, it's with me there. It will be in premiere because almost I am done with the shooting of
all
the video for the multimedia show. And
that's an intense picture, by the way.
Yeah, it's an intense
picture. That's a very intense picture. Did you get a shot of that? Let me put it like this here.
Yeah, it's me,
very intense.
You know, at Auschwitz. And on the 27th of January, I'm going to Oradea, and I will have an artistic moment there. I will be in transmission directly with Auschwitz.
Really?
Yeah, I was invited by the channel TVR Cluj. Yeah.
They can do that?
Yes, they will do that, and I will be one of the actors which will perform for that day. And yeah, it will be very interesting, my experience there in Oradea. It will be in the synagogue, in the synagogue.
The big one?
Yeah, the small one, which was transformed in a museum.
Really?
Yeah, and
wow.
This will be with me. And I'm preparing right now another book, ad libris, of course. It will be a collection, a bilingual collection in Romanian and in English. And I really like to ask you kindly. I wrote a little poem in English.
Did you?
And it's about love. But if people listen to us, yeah.
Of course, we'd love to hear.
I don't know. I didn't read it, you know. But this will be included in the next book, my new book. Okay.
Oh, preview, people, pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Now I will not do this like an actress, like a writer, a poet. I love to write about love. Yeah? I'm crossing the ocean with my soul. And I'm trying again to catch a starfish. You are. I am. You are. And I am. And now, silent please. It has to come the game between both of us, between you and me. It should be no longer a game. This time, this will be a flight. A flight over all the oceans. Over all the ocean, I cross with you, only with you. Only with you in my soul.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You're going to write that in the book?
Yeah, I will put this in the book.
Oh,
you know,
lovely.
And I wrote it today, and I really wanted to write a poem about you. I started, you look like a Moet Champagne, you know, with a glamour heart. But next time, if you will invite me, for sure, I will do a show and everything.
Okay. Thank you
for
sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Really, that was very sweet. Really, thank you that you shared that with us. So we already know what's coming in part of it in the book.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to find out more about all of that.
We have to go together to LA. No? I'm going soon. Actually, I had to be for the New Year's Eve, but I postponed because I had another show in Baku, and I got so tired and exhausted, and I felt like I have to, you know, to rest a little bit here. Because people imagine, oh, if you will go to a trip, you know, nice, you will relax. When I go to the States, I don't relax too much because I have to meet people, I have to start to fix some shows, you know, to perform them there. But people, you know, I have a great audience and nice friends who wait for me there. Yeah, I perform in LA.
LA, you know, is my home, I told you.
Yeah.
The trip alone could kill you, and it takes 10 days to wake up. Never mind.
Yes.
And the trip itself. But there is, when you're there, it's not holiday, you're right. I am running, I'm going, I'm doing. Because I only have so many days to do so many things.
There is another energy for me. It's a big energy. I love that energy from there. But when I come back after, you know, I feel so exhausted, you know. I feel with adrenaline, but at the same time, you know, I feel like I have to rest. Yeah.
So yes, maybe we should think about LA one day.
Maybe, yeah.
Anything is possible. That's what I keep telling everybody.
Dream.
Anything is possible.
We have to dream.
She's a perfect example.
Yeah, look here, there at me, you know. I am in a one-woman show, another one-woman show. It's about a teenager who wants to die, to kill herself. But at the end of the show, life is beautiful for her, and she is a winner. She becomes a big champion. Tennis champion, yeah.
Well, that's a very good way to end my show. On a very good note, with positive energy. I love the energy, and I want to wish you all the best. And, you know, I'm very excited about the book. I'm excited about all the books. I'm excited about everything you're doing. I'm always here to support you, you know that.
Thank you so much.
And we have to support it. First of all, women have to support women. I always say that. I know it's boring, but it's true. And we have to support the arts because that's part of the process of life, you know?
Yeah, you know, if we do and we believe in arts, we get, you know, nicer, you know?
It should be opening your mind and all. I mean, arts, there's so many different kinds.
We can communicate better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you so much for joining me, Diane.
And thank you for the
Happy
invitation.
New Year to everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Have a good night. Ciao.